President Maithripala Sirisena declared open a new building complex at the Ministry of Finance today.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake and State Finance Minister Lakshmana Wardana were present for the event. The President declared open the building following religious observances.
I have taken steps to cut down the expenditure of the Presidential Secretariat by 60%. If the previous expenditure was 100%, now it is 40%. Back then the staff at the Secretariat was 1,600, that was cut down to 700. During the first 2 months of the term, I handed over 200 vehicles to the state institutions. You are aware that during the past year, I never used charter flights for foreign tours. Sri Lankan Airlines incurred a huge loss from charter flights that were kept for 3 or 4 days and the seats were filled with 200 to 300 relatives and associates. I have ended an era where the public funds were wasted. Only I use helicopters to travel and no one in my family does so. It is paramount that we work with an understanding more than other state institutions and work towards financial management.
On Tuesday night, the police were notified of 2 bombs and they took custody of that. Weapons are recovered at times. It is not a surprise that hidden weapons are recovered even if there was a larger war than before. Weapons that date back to the Second World War are still being discovered. Our former friend GLP Riz is acting Napoleon. The person who never lit a firecracker is acting...
And on to our developing story this evening. Investigations into the discovery of a suicide vest and other explosives from a house in Marwan Pilavu under the jurisdiction of the Chava Kachari Police has been handed over to the Police Terrorist Investigation Division.
Police media spokesperson SP Ron Gunasekara said that acting IGP SM Wickremesinghe has handed over the investigation into the discovery to the Terrorism Investigation Division. The police media spokesperson said that 2 magnetic explosive devices were also among the explosives found yesterday. Further investigations into the findings will be carried out under the supervision of the Deputy Inspector General of Police of the Criminal Investigations Department. A suicide vest and a cache of explosives were found in a house in the Marwan Pilavu area in Chavakacheri, Jaffna during a raid which was carried out early last morning based on a tip-off. A 30-year-old suspect in connection to the discovery was arrested in Akkaraikulam area while fleeing the area last evening.
Now, the discovery of the explosives were discussed at several media briefings today.
Even before an investigation report on whether these explosives are old, new or anything for that matter has been submitted, Professor G.L. Peris has made a statement saying that these explosives were to be brought to Valavatta. Well, we have the Defence Secretary made our presence. As an ordinary citizen myself, I propose that an investigation be held on Professor G.L. Peris on this information. He must be questioned on this because he speaks with information in hand. The current Defence Secretary has said that the Claymore bombs and suicide jacket which were found does not pose a threat to national security. We would like to ask him, if this isn't a matter concerning national security, to whose security does it concern? Have they brought Claymore bombs to light up like firecrackers for the new year? And for what reason have they wrapped up suicide vests in cloth ready to be brought to Colombo? We are making such discoveries solely because the status of national security is good. Our officers in the intelligence units, police and CID are monitoring these incidents and are carefully handling these matters not only in the north, but in the south and Colombo and everywhere else. Now there is a need to question G.L. Peris. We may have to question such persons because if they have information, it would be quite important once it is confirmed. Several such discoveries were made, so how could it be called a breach to national security? They started making such discoveries in 2014 when we were in the Mahinda Rajapaksa government. Did they find such things when Gotabaya Rajapaksa was Defence Secretary? Finding such equipment is a good thing. It becomes a problem if you don't. So all these things which were buried in different areas are now being found with the help of the people. This is no ordinary incident. The Defence Secretary is now trying to show that these are old equipment and that even though they were found from some place, it is not a threat to national security. Now these explosives were found parcelled in a house. One parcel even had Vallavata written on it. Were they kept to light as firecrackers for the new year? We ask that you not play around with national security, because if you do, it is the children of this country who will have to pay for it.
G.L. Peris has said that there was an attempt to bring these explosives to Colombo.
We have asked the CID to question him on this statement because even we, who are in the Defence Ministry, have not received such information. This group, called the Joint Opposition, is trying to create a sense of fear once again among the people and the country. They are carrying such topics to accomplish their ulterior political motives. As a government, we will not allow the national security of the country to be compromised. In 2009, we defeated terrorism and won complete peace for the country. But never should we forget that there is a small group of people who are constantly working in secret to chase away the investors coming here by committing 1 or 2 murders to destroy the peace and political system in the country. So we should not allow the freedom we won to fall into the hands of suicide bombers. This country must be made alert again. We must defeat the attempts to weaken our security units and attempts to destroy the leaders who can strengthen these units. During the short period that I have been here, I have noticed that nearly 70% of the people in the north are innocent, helpless and reasonable. They are really good people. Today activities in the battlefield are over. But we have another and a more serious war now. That is the war between ideas and the media war. We cannot destroy these ideas by bombing or shooting and killing them. We are a country which was battered by war for around 30 years. So I think that we should be extremely happy that even after the war, we continue to recover things like this which have remained. We must be happy because it is a reason for us to be happy about. This goes to show that our public, our security units, the police and everyone are vigilant. So I think it is something to be happy about, not something to fear.